Narrated version: The Three Girls at Bao Loc Pass. At the foot of Bao Loc Pass, there's a sharp curve in the road. Every driver who passes through says the same thing. It sends chills down your spine. They say a long time ago, a terrible accident happened there. And ever since, strange things began to occur. On foggy nights, three young women dressed in white are seen standing by the roadside, long black hair covering their faces, quietly waving for a ride. But when drivers stop, the girls vanish into thin air. All that's left is the sound of wind howling through the mountains. A cold, haunting cry that cuts straight to the bone. People still remember their names: Lone, Hoa, and Tao. They were university students once, riding a motorbike from Saigon to Dalat. At that very curve, they lost control and plunged into the ravine. Their families searched for days, but all they found were pieces of the wreck and trails of blood on the rocks. In their grief, the families built a small shrine there, a place to remember them, to pray for peace. But not even a month later, another tragedy struck. It was a rainy night. Fog covered the entire pass. A tour bus, carrying over 40 people, was driving down the slope. No one really knows what happened. Some say the driver fell asleep. Others say it was brake failure. But one thing was certain: the bus lost control, flipped, and tumbled down the cliff. When rescuers arrived, what they saw froze them in place. The bus was unrecognizable. Crushed metal, torn apart. Everyone inside had died. Everyone except one. A young man was found, lying near the edge of the cliff, unconscious, covered in injuries. But here's the strange part. He wasn't found anywhere near the bus wreck. He was rushed to the hospital, slipping in and out of a coma. While unconscious, he kept muttering things no one could understand. Sometimes he cried. Sometimes he stared blankly at the window, as if someone was watching him from outside. When he finally woke up, he told a story that made everyone go silent. He said, when the accident happened, everything went black. Then he woke up, trapped under the wreckage. All around him, he heard faint groans, and then silence. He tried to move, but pain shot through every bone. And that's when he heard it. Footsteps, crunching softly on gravel. He looked up, and there they were. Three girls, standing silently in the mist. White-out dye, long black hair, barefoot. They didn't speak, just quietly bent down and helped him stand. Somehow, his body felt light. Even though his legs were broken, he could walk without pain. The girls led him, step by step, through sharp rocks and fallen trees. Slowly, they guided him back toward the road. Just as he collapsed near the edge of the cliff, he turned to thank them, but they were gone. Only fog remained, and the wind. He told this to the nurses and doctors, but instead of disbelief, they all went pale, because on that bus, he was the only one who survived. And the three girls? They matched the exact description of Lone, Hoa, and Tao. Since then, many drivers say they've seen three shadowy figures by the curve at night, waving for a ride. But when they get close, the figures vanish. Some curious folks try to stop and take pictures, but before they can, an old tea vendor from across the road runs out, waving her hands. Don't take photos. The girls don't like it. Those who take the shot anyway end up with nothing but black images, or strange shapes hiding in the mist. One glance at the little stone shrine, and suddenly, no one feels like taking another picture. Some even go to the shrine to speak with Bao Loc, the old woman who tends to it. She just smiles faintly. I've lived here for years, she says. I've heard all the stories, but I've never seen them with my own eyes. She lowers her voice when she talks about the accident. The girls, they really did die, but not at the bottom of the ravine like people say. Their bodies were found, wedged deep in a mountain crevice. Their families brought them home to bury properly. The shrine is just for remembrance. Over time, rumors grew. Stories of angry spirits, especially after a woman's body was found near the shrine. But police confirmed it was a murder, a human crime, not a ghost story. Officials in Lamdong say the ghosts of the virgin girls are just like haunted house tales, fabricated and embellished. So what's the truth behind the story of the three girls at Bao Loc Pass? Well, who's to say? Rumors are just rumors. Many tell the story, but how many have truly seen them? And so, the legend lives on, passed from one person to the next, changing a little every time it's told, until no one knows for sure what's real and what isn't.